Only a few years back, on May 8th of 2019, at 7:15 a.m., Chantel Oakley was just waking up and wanted to go check on her 15-year-old daughter, Riley Crossman. She had barely gotten to see Riley the day before because Chantel works a lot. The day before, Chantel usually would have worked 2 shifts, a day shift at one job and a night shift at another. But she was feeling a little under the weather, so she went home early from her first job. Now, she couldn't afford to miss both of her shifts for the day, so her hope was that she could stay home from her first job, rest and recover, take a nap, and then once her second shift was about to start, she would feel well enough to power through and make a little bit of money that night. When Chantel laid down for her nap, she didn't set an alarm. Her plan was for her daughter Riley to wake her up when she got home from school. And sure enough, when Riley got home from school at around 3:30 p.m., she woke her up. They chatted for a short time, not too long, and then Chantel got ready for work. When Chantel got home from her shift that night at around 10 p.m., Riley's door was shut. So Chantel decided to go to bed. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Fast forward to the next morning when Chantel went to say good morning to Riley before Riley had to get to school by 7:45 a.m. But when she knocks on Riley's door, there's no answer. Now, this wasn't totally out of the ordinary. Chantel figured that maybe Riley was up and about early. I mean, kids get busy. She was busy, and their schedules just weren't lining up. No big deal. I mean, after all, Riley had to be at school by 7:45 every morning, and it's only a short walking distance away. Plus, if Riley left the house to head to school early, it would give her a chance to get there early and spend some time with her friends or her boyfriend, a boy named Hayden Lacey. So Chantel kind of metaphorically kicked herself for not getting up 5 minutes earlier so that she could see her daughter, but she promised herself that she would make sure to spend some quality time with Riley later that night once she got home from work. Well then, while she was at work, Chantel got a call from her mom. She said that Riley hadn't come home from school at her usual time. I'm Annie Elise, and this is 10 to Life. Let's jump right in. Now, Riley's grandma didn't live with them, but on the 7th, her grandma was over at their house for a few hours until around 7 p.m. So I'm kind of assuming that maybe every day she would come over after the kids all got home from school to watch them for a little bit, either until Chantel or her boyfriend Andy got home from work, something like that. So while it's a little weird that Riley wasn't home yet, it still wasn't something that instantly freaked everyone out. I mean, Riley is practically a kid, and kids get distracted and lose track of time. So in typical mom fashion, Chantel kind of just shoots off this text message to Riley asking, "Where are you?" But it didn't go through. And an actual chill went down her spine. Why would Riley's phone not be working? So Chantel tried to call her, but it immediately went to voicemail, almost like her phone had been turned off. Now by this point, panic started to set in. None of this felt right at all. But remember, Chantel was still at work at this point, and I understand many people may think that she should have left, but I think it's clear that Chantel loved her daughter and wanted to help her, but also at this point, she was trying not to overreact. I mean, there could be a million reasons why Riley was MIA. And let's be honest too, bills needed to be paid. She didn't want to lose out on pay for the night if it was just a case of, Riley's phone being dead, or if she had no service wherever she was, but was really okay. She didn't want to overreact. So since Riley's school was just across the street, Chantel asked her mom to go over there and see if she could find Riley. And that's what she did. She headed right over to the school. But she had no luck. There was no sign of Riley. So now Chantel decided that something really wasn't right here, and she left work to go figure out what was going on. She met her mom at the school hoping that they could work together and find Riley. And right around the same time that they got there, a school bus full of kids had gotten back from a field trip that they had been on that day. And one of the students on the bus was Riley's boyfriend, Hayden. Chantel perked up right away. I mean, if anyone knew where Riley was, he would. But unfortunately, Hayden told Chantel that he hadn't seen or heard from Riley all day. She wasn't even at school by the time he left on that field trip, and this was confirmed only a little bit later when the school called to notify Chantel that Riley had been absent from school all day. And that was when Chantel knew something terribly bad had happened. and she called 911 to report her daughter Riley as missing.